Hey there, lovely souls. Hope you're doing well. I have got so much to share with you. I need to try and be coherent with it. I'm so excited. These revelations that have been coming through. So I want to talk about the subconscious, the unconscious, the mind and the tricks that it can play, and how also it is also our power when we're conscious of it. And this is our choice. And I say choice is our power. And our awareness is our superpower. It is, every time it just keeps coming up true. And so I want to go back to a video I did just the other day where I was triggered in terms of feeling I hadn't someone had taken my idea, right? Okay, that came up. And I literally at that point had choices as to which way I go with my perspective on it. This is your choice, okay? So I believe actually these are moments. Every time we are triggered or something like this that comes up, these are little junctions, crossroads in our life, in our mind, to decide which way we go with it. Do we go with love or do we go with fear? And do we recognize that what is being triggered is old wounding? And actually, this is the other crazy bit, right, that was coming through to me, is we choose our reality. And we can see that with people that are so believe their own truth to the point that they're just actually contradicting themselves. So we can sort of see that, but I'm meaning beyond this is that we have this capability to be able to work with the field of consciousness, that we can change things, we can change the reality in our reality. So what I mean by this is by me choosing to take the higher perspective, to know that actually it was confirmation that I was on the right path. And also it was bringing up for me old wounds. And when I tuned into those woundings, so you get triggered, so which is your subconscious coming up going, woohoo, here I am, you know, listen to me, I've got loads of shit to tell you and make you feel bad, and you know, let's keep going down this loop, this little whirlwind of negative emotion. Or you can go, hang on a minute, with a capital H, hang on a minute, no, I don't want that, I don't want that, I can change this if I don't want to. I'm choosing to let go of victim energy. I'm choosing not to be that. I'm choosing not to have that energy, not to go down that psyche. So when I then went, okay, let's look into this wounding, because this is obviously something coming up. It took me to, well, there's many things actually. The first thing was actually my inferiority complex. Before I even actually suggested to do the hosting together. So that is a very interesting one to have, because I'm on a journey of getting myself and putting myself in my light, in my power, to show and help people heal. That's what I'm here for. This is what my role, that's my passion, that's my drive, and help people work through that, through the power of connection to their body and their heart. So that was one thing. So inferiority complex, imposter phenomenon, all these kind of little things, that little worms in the mind. And then I had, as I connected into the triggered wounding, it was showing me how it actually took me to Atlantis, which is interesting, because it was showing me the real shadows of what you could think of spirituality. So Atlantis, to me, and how I get the sense of it, is actually it was due to a misuse of power, certainly with the feminine energy, the maiden energy, with the earth. It was a manipulation that came and brought things down. This is about 12,000 years ago. This is just what is being shown, which has created humanity, the fall of humanity as it is, where we're the far extremes of that in the moment, to come back to where we truly are, which is love, joy and peace. However, we've got to go through a lot of shadows to get back to that, of fear, the illusions that we have created. And so it showed me that, and which was really, really interesting. So you can go back and you can go and heal this. And did that, and it was just literally highlighting to me all possibly the shadows of me coming into power. Like, you know, if people feel in this high levels of power and you get betrayal, people take your voice, it's all really, really interesting. So it's rather than me triggered and emotionally attached to it, I just enabled myself to heal it, which is just gold. Like I was saying before in the previous one, is actually you learn from it, and it's like your T cells of your immune system. Once it's there, it's there. So this is discernment, this is the blessing, this is the small intestine. Okay, and you can tell I'm excited. This is just amazing. And what was also being shown to me was, if you know the mythology of the Minotaur, and this has been shown to me a few times, but it's made quite sense, is that we have the labyrinth of the mind. So at the moment we are going through the shadows of the labyrinth of the mind, okay? And it's that, the subconscious, that plays out for 98% of our thought and actions, is coming up to be healed. So we can actually put the coordinates of what we actually desire, whether it's more love, more joy, more abundance. This is what's coming up for us, so we can go back into the direction that's most aligned to our truth, which is love, joy and peace. That's what we really truly are. However, we have created fear. We've created fear as a matrix that we're so conditioned to being that it feels like our truth. Okay, it's like our nightmares, you know, or bad dreams. You can wake up and it feels so true, so visceral. So we have a lot of unconditioning to go through. We've got a lot of unlearning the learning, or the learning of the unlearning to go through, and we have to do this consciously, which we can only do when we're in space and time and self-care, so we're not emotionally overwhelmed, that we're just tripping over one emotion over the next, okay? Right, so going back to the Minotaur, the story goes is that it was a mix of a bull and the beautiful queen created a child, and because of fear and hate, that was put into this labyrinth, and which eventually turned it into a beast. So a labyrinth is, there's only one way in and one way out. It's the same, okay? So what goes in, how it goes in, the opposite of it is how you get it back out again. I saw it, like, remember when I saw a fly in a window ages ago, and I saw it trying to get out, and it's like, well, the only way you can go out is freedom, is back the way you just came in. Okay, so we have this choice too. We have this ability of freedom, of mind, of soul, of liberation, of truth, everything, if we allow ourselves to go back. So the Minotaur went in, was a beautiful being, creation of love, but was put there through hate, which then turned it into a beast. This is our mind, okay? So ultimately, something that has become, that was love, has turned into fear, and the beast, the ego, the mind. The ego can have good things, so I don't want to downplay the ego too much, but for this point, it's just showing how the lack of love and the lack of connection and being shut off and disconnected from creates hate and fear and aggression, okay? And now, as I'm saying this, it really relates to how we can see this playing out collectively, okay? How separation, believing someone else is more superior than the other, that their ideas are better than theirs, that the truth is better than the other, that, you know, this is creating, which is fear. Separation is the fear, it's the illusion. When you recognize we're energetic beings all coming from the same source, we are just definitions of source, okay? So when we start attacking one, we attack ourselves. This is what we need to start recognizing, and I think this is where we're at this pinnacle point, this crossroad, a conjunction. Like I just said, we have those individual crossroads individually, collectively we do too, and we can affect the collective through our individual responses. That's what we have to remember. Our power is our individual actions, not just looking at the collective going, what the hell, can't do anything about it. No, but you can do it from you. You can start from you first. You start that ripple effect. Okay, you create hope, you create belief, you create a wave. But the key is that actually separation and fear creates oh my God, what's the word gone? It's gone. Anyway, so it's basically division. That's the word. I'm so tired. I didn't sleep very well. That's another thing going on, I think, at the minute. But anyway, so fear and illusions creates division, okay? Diversity is held in the space of love, okay? This is what we need to recognize. This isn't about right or wrong, black or white, red or blue, Democratic, Republican, or Labour, or Conservative, or these systems are set up to separate, okay? You're one or the other. Well, maybe it's neither. Maybe it's the system. And maybe we need to be looking at that, because, divide and rule. That was Hitler. That's the dictatorship, okay? So, if you turn people against each other, then you control them, because they're just inwardly fighting, all right? So when we can't fight with ourselves, we need to internally listen and love and learn and hold compassion for ourselves of the diversity of shadow and light that's in us, not hold judgment, not hold shame for it, because I could look at myself and think, God, I totally overreacted there. Oh my God, I'm so bad. And, judgment, shame, must close my voice down. No, I just literally have to be honest and hold that space with compassion and no judgment. And we need to do that for ourselves and as ourselves collectively. And this is where we can grow. This is where we can all grow as humanity with greater humility. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about trying to be right, doing right, coming from the heart. This is all about heart consciousness. Okay, well, this has totally gone the different direction that I thought it was going, but this is what happens. I just channel it through, and this is what comes. So the real message here is you have the choice. You have the power if you are conscious. So check into that subconscious when it's coming up with things that aren't of love, joy, or peace. Know that that isn't your truth. Know that it may well be wounding, subconscious patterning for you to heal and find the gold from that, okay? That's the real key. And then it's all about having self-compassion and judgment, losing the judgment, the shame, and knowing that, diversity is good, but we've also got to recognize what is creating the separation, all right? And look to that. That's the real key. And, us as humanity, I think we all generally want a better world. I mean, what does that mean to somebody? For me, it's about fair equality, abundance for all, healthy planet, healthy people, peace. Many people want war. And so, yes, I feel we all seek something higher and better, and there may be different ways of going about it, but let's tune into our hearts and find the direction from there rather than here. All right, lots of love. Take care.